right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, tornado recovery. The St. Louis region's plan to help after deadly storms in Mississippi.
So there's just a lot of needs, as you can imagine, not just physical needs, but mental health needs, as well as just those basic things like.
Plus, a local boy proving he's a good egg. How he's making sure Easter is special for low-income families.
Showers and possibly some thunder moving across the area now. The chilly changes behind the rain to start the new week.
A live look at downtown St. Louis. A sunny afternoon made for a beautiful spring day in the bi-state, but changes are ahead overnight. Good evening. Thank you for being with us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Some rain is ahead for the bi-state area tonight. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell as he is tracking that rain in your Weather First forecast.
Yes, we are. And that rain sliding into St. Louis now. For most of us in the metro, not much just yet. Outside of maybe a spritz or two, the air is still pretty dry. Earlier today, we saw some thunderstorms east and southeast of St. Louis, even some pea-sized hail over in Belleville. You look southeast of town, we still have some showers here, stretching from Sparta up towards Salem. This rain looks a little more impressive than it really is. Yes, you are seeing it reach the ground now out around Herman, spreading in towards Innsbrook. So this is coming in from the west up towards Troy as well. We will continue to see this rain shift across the bi-state area through tonight. Amounts aren't going to be that much. We're talking, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch as this band slides on through. And you see it with Futurecast here. It's pretty much east of St. Louis by 2 o'clock in the morning. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, that rain's long gone. We might even see just a touch of sunshine tomorrow morning. So the rain will be ending by daybreak. Light amounts under a quarter of an inch. Won't do anything to exacerbate the situation on the area rivers. Right now, the Merrimack falling at Sullivan. Eureka and Valley Park will reach moderate flood stage tomorrow. They have about another 1 to 2 feet to go up. Pacific, Fenton, Arnold stay on the minor side of flooding. Burbus River's near the crest right now in Union, and the Big River has just crested within the last few hours at Burnsville. We'll see in a few minutes. We'll talk about the rest of the week in St. Louis.
At least 25 people are dead. Dozens more are hurt in Mississippi alone after devastating tornadoes ripped through the southeast this weekend. Tonight, recovery efforts are underway. President Biden approved a disaster declaration ordering federal aid. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves visited the city of Rolling Fork today, where 13 people were killed. The governor vows to rebuild and wants everyone in the state to know that help is on the way.
We're going to do everything we can through housing and other means to get those people back in this community as quickly as we possibly can.
Across the region, more than 20 million people in the south are at risk of more severe weather tonight. Tornado watches have been issued for parts of Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas.
As recovery efforts continue across the southeast, Missourians are answering the call to help the communities devastated by tornadoes. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski talked with the Red Cross about their crews headed down south. Laura.
Mike, Missourians with the Red Cross are headed to Mississippi to help in disaster zones with mental health, sheltering, and the tech side of this major response that has devastated miles and miles of homes.
My community is gone.
When Mississippians went to bed Friday night, they had no idea they'd wake up to entire towns flattened.
Thank God we're alive, but also we're so devastated by the loss. The whole trailer park behind the building is gone, and we don't know where everybody is. We don't know who's alive and who's gone.
The mayor of Rolling Fork says several people died in the destruction of an EF4 tornado, and there's not much left.
Well, right now we want to make sure that those families who are displaced, that they have some place to go and that they have proper shelter, they have food, water, so that we can make it through.
And that's where the Red Cross is stepping in to help. 140 volunteers are already on the ground in parts of Mississippi and Alabama, and more from Missouri are on the way.
We have 3 individuals who are getting ready to go and will be planning to get there Monday or early this week. And the individual from St. Louis is actually going down to be a disaster mental health responder.
The other volunteers from our area will be helping with sheltering, technology, and bringing supplies.
And those do include cleanup supplies, because one of the first things people want to do is start going out to their home and trying to find what they can salvage from that area. So we want to make sure that they have supplies to do that, buckets and rakes and shovels and tarps and all of those types of things. So those are going into the area now.
Sharon Watson with the Red Cross says spring is only getting started, and they're already seeing an increase in natural disasters, making it important to think about your own disaster plan.
But you could be in an area where you're stuck in a remote area. The roads are closed off for a while. You can't get out. So having some bottled water, some non-perishable foods, things like that to help you through those first 24 to 72 hours is really critical.
If you'd like to help, the Red Cross says it's best to donate financially. We have a link and information about multiple ways to give on KSDK.com. And
developing tonight in St. Charles, firefighters are investigating the cause of a fire at the Coca-Cola bottling plant. It caused a large plume of smoke that could be seen for miles. This fire broke out just after 3 o'clock this afternoon near 370 and Elm Road. Firefighters say 7 trucks and 3 tractor trailers caught fire. It also caused a small brush fire. No one was at the plant at the time, and no injuries have been reported. This is a developing story. We'll update you on air, online at KSDK.com, and on the 5 on Your Side app as we learn more.
Right now, police are investigating a shooting in North St. Louis. It happened on North Grand near Fairground Park. Police found a male with a gunshot wound to his head. He was taken to an area hospital and is in critical condition tonight. We've been reaching out to police, but no word yet on a motive or a suspect.
Developing tonight near the campus of Western Illinois University, police are investigating a shooting at a house party. It left 1 person dead and 10 others hurt. It happened at an off-campus home in Macomb early Saturday morning. Police say it started as a fight. 1 person died at the scene. 6 of the injured are students at the university. Police say they have a suspect in custody right now. Local politics are heating up as St. Louis voters head to the polls 1 week from this Tuesday.
2 newcomers knocked off 2 incumbent aldermen in the North Side's new 14th ward. And our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is here now with new developments in an escalating feud between Rasheen Aldridge and Ebony Washington. Mark.
That's right, Mike and Ann. This race is just getting intense with over a week to go. The city's top politicians are on one side of this race, backing Rasheen Aldridge, while police are backing Ebony Washington. But new fallout tonight after bizarre video showed the 2 candidates trading barbs in a confrontation, accusing each other of skipping work or skipping taxes.
Aren't you supposed to be in Jeff City right now working?
Paid your taxes?
Yeah, you're supposed to be in Jeff City working.
Ebony Washington cornered State Representative Rasheen Aldridge on the streets of St. Louis on a day when the Missouri House was in session.
Interesting coming from somebody who has property tax issues and shouldn't even been on the ballot anyway to begin with.
We caught up with both candidates knocking doors and knocking each other Sunday afternoon.
We elected him to do a job, and he committed to the people of his district that he would be there advocating and representing us, and he hasn't been there.
Not true. The last few weeks I haven't been there because I've been out campaigning, but I've been showing up to work.
Attendance records show Aldridge missed 18 days so far this year, including 6 out of every 10 votes on the House floor.
1 vote won't be the make or break, especially when you're a super minority.
In letters to the clerk, House Minority Leader Crystal Quaid removed him from his committee assignments.
I know you're running for office, but are you doing the job that you've been elected to do?
Yes, I would say I am. I've actually asked Crystal Quaid to remove me from office. I've seen Ebony sent some out through an outlet to say I've not been there in 4 weeks. That's not true. We just was on spring break, not this week, but the week before. And the week before we went on spring break, I've been showing up and I've been at work.
He definitely should be in Jeff City. Like, you have a job that you already committed to. We just re-elected you in November, and you committed to be the state rep and advocate for us. And I know some important bills were voted on, and he wasn't there.
Mayor Tashara Jones and Board of Aldermen President Megan Green endorsed Aldridge for alderman, but when local control of the police department, one of their key agenda issues, came up for a vote, he wasn't there. The police union is backing state control and Washington's campaign.
Would you accept an endorsement from the police officers union?
Right now I wouldn't. I would not.
Did you think twice about accepting that endorsement?
No, I didn't, because the police, like I said, that's our safety net, and you can't give just, based on things that happen. Everyone is not bad.
Aldridge campaign lawyers tried to knock Washington off the ballot for personal property taxes that weren't reported. She claims it was the city that dropped the ball and never sent her the bill. Since then, she's paid roughly $1,300 to catch up on her taxes and squash that legal challenge to her campaign. One other note, if Aldridge wins this race, his seat in Jefferson City would remain vacant until next year.
helping others by filling Easter baskets.
I thought it would be nice to help other people.
The 6-year-old boy showing us you're never too young to make a difference. A first responder in need of help.
I'd like to walk my daughter down the aisle. I'd like to hold my grandbabies.
His plea tonight for a kidney donor, how you can help both him and another patient.
A stormy pattern looks to develop by the end of the week. Why that's not necessarily a bad thing for opening day at Busch Stadium.
With Easter around the corner, shelves at many of our local stores brim with plastic eggs and chocolate bunnies. But those are luxuries thousands of area kids don't get to enjoy. As you'll learn in tonight's Making a Difference report, a local woman is trying to change that with help from an army of volunteers, including a determined 6-year-old boy.
And 3 candy bars. 1, 2, 3.
Some warehouses are for goods.
That's nice. They get a little variety.
Others are just for good.
You guys find the hardest part is closing the bag.
And this place in O'Fallon, Missouri is to Easter what Santa's workshop is to Christmas.
So we're going to go ahead and count the toilet paper.
Welcome to Alleluia Baskets.
Let's start with the girls.
It's a nonprofit that spends all year assembling Easter baskets.
The Easter baskets are geared to go to children who are living at poverty or below the poverty level, so the underserved.
Everybody that works here is a volunteer.
We can do all blankets or we can do all stuffed animals, your choice.
All blankets.
And even the littlest believes in something bigger than himself.
Why did you want to help? Why was that important to you?
Because I thought it would be nice to help other people.
What do you think about this one for a boy?
Oh, it's cute. I think a boy would like that.
6-year-old Luke Ferlaghi has been offering his services.
Do you think to me this would be a curious face?
Since he showed up with his mom one day when he was just 3.
It's done. It's a boy basket.
When he left that day, he said, I'm going to go home and I'm going to collect more items for you. You need more stuff. We need more people to smile. Ready? Let's go.
And like the Easter Bunny himself, Luke has been leaving a trail of kindness ever since.
All of our Easter baskets come with a little stuffed animal to love on.
They're also filled with books, art projects, socks, toothbrushes, and toys for the kids.
Luke came this year in February with 12,221 items.
What?
That this little boy collected from July when we sat down to talk to February.
It was enough to fill a box trailer.
We made a wish list on Amazon, and then we kept getting boxes on our porch almost like once a week, pretty much.
He loves people, seeing them happy. He loves this because he gets to do that.
The mission actually began as a school project when Karen Messler was an 8th grade teacher. Her class delivered 25 baskets that first year.
We just picked this up from Nacotaville Weldon Spring Chamber.
She started Alleluia a few years later, and they now deliver hundreds of baskets all over the St. Louis area.
Growing up, we didn't have a whole lot, and Easter was really my absolute favorite holiday, and it always has been.
And the holiday is fast approaching. Luke says he can't wait to deliver more smiles.
I feel like they're really happy.
Yeah. And what does that do to you? When you know they're happy.
I think I'm happy too.
Lots of kids are going to smile.
Luke Ferlaghi and Alleluia Baskets.
Let's head out. Ready?
Showing us all that the most important thing to put in an Easter basket is heart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your help today. We share that serving heart, that is for sure.
If you'd like to help Luke and Karen, we can link you to their website when you go to this story on KSDK.com. And a reminder, we get these stories from you. If you know an inspiring person or someone making a difference, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com.
There was a lot of magic happening in downtown St. Louis. March Magic is taking place at Union Station. This event runs for 2 weeks and has a lot of option for some spring break fun. Jugglers, magicians, and entertainers perform throughout the day. Organizers say this event has brought in quite a bit of tourism to the area.
We have been seeing spring breakers from all over the country the last few weeks, so it's actually been a really fun game in the parking lot to see how many license plates you can see. So we've had lots of people coming in. We're really excited to have them.
There's one more week of March Magic. You can enjoy the festivities at Union Station from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day until April 2nd. It's recommended you purchase your tickets beforehand.
Well, a couple of days ago, we had rain and more rain and more rain, and now some more storms are developing in our area tonight. So, Scott, what can we expect?
Oh, we're not going to have any severe weather, so that right off the bat, that's not a problem. This rain's going to come in, get out pretty quickly. It just has started. As we look at the weather camera here out in St. Charles, looking back towards St. Peter's, you can see the raindrops now starting to show up on the camera. Earlier today, much warmer. We managed to get to 71 for the high temperature while that sun was out. Hope you enjoyed it because we won't be back there for a couple more days. 54 right now. The air's still pretty dry, kind of feeding in behind this weather system. And as a consequence, even though there's a lot of rain showing up on the radar screen right now, it's just finally starting to make it to the ground around St. Louis. So that fronts to our south and east. We're now on the cool side of it. Little bundle of energies coming in from the west, and so that's helping to increase the rainfall as it continues to grow here and expand west of St. Louis. So we just saw that it's raining in St. Charles. That goes all the way out into Montgomery County. You have rain down in Herman. It is picking up a little bit farther west of St. Louis, also to the southeast. But this whole area is going to fill in over the course of the next hour or two. And then we're going to see this scoot on off. So we're talking maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain for most of us, and that's about it. By tomorrow morning, all gone. We'll still see some low clouds around. Starting out tomorrow, upper 30s, around 40. Don't expect to see a huge amount of sunshine tomorrow, and don't expect it to warm up all that much. Upper 40s, low 50s tomorrow afternoon. The breeze will stick with us, and here come more clouds in for tomorrow night. So by early on Tuesday, another little disturbance is coming in from the west, trying to squeeze what moisture it can out. There's not a lot of moisture for it to work with. So outside of a stray sprinkle or very light shower, you're basically looking at more clouds than anything else here on Tuesday. And then they go away Tuesday evening, and by Wednesday morning, most of us will be back around or a little below freezing, probably have some frost around. It's still too early to plant those non-hardy plants. Just keep that in mind. You'll want to wait till tax day. All right, so let's look at the upper level energy here. This is kind of the jet stream flow, the energy that's coming at us. There's our disturbance coming through right now that's kicking off the showers. There's another one that's coming in. This is the one for Tuesday that tries to kick off the showers. But what we're really focused on is what's going to head our way later this week. That energy is going to come out of the Pacific across the Rockies. Boy, have we seen this a few times this year or what? Again, and that means we have unsettled weather returning. Along about Friday, there is a chance for severe weather. This is a pattern that is conducive to that. Exactly where and whether it's going to be in our area remains to be seen. But the timing on it would be after the opening day festivities at Busch Stadium. We should be able to get the game in. Temperatures will be in the 60s. Not saying there'll be a lot of sunshine, because there probably won't by Thursday afternoon as the clouds roll in, but the rain will hold off until the nighttime hours. Friday, we'll keep you updated on that potential for severe weather. The less sun we see, the better on Friday. Low 70s for highs. It'll be windy, and we're in the 50s for next Saturday and Sunday. We will dry out next weekend. So cool start this week, maybe some severe weather towards the end of the week. We'll be monitoring that and keeping you updated with Weather First forecasts all week long.
Scott, thank you. Coming up, believing in a miracle. Tonight, a retired Ferguson firefighter in need and hoping you can help.
Tonight, a first responder is doing what they rarely do, asking for help.
Illness forced a Ferguson firefighter to retire. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay has his plea for someone to step up and help save his life.
I would like to spend some time with my wife and daughter. I'd like to walk my daughter down the aisle. I'd like to hold my grandbabies. So there's a lot I still want to do. I need the help.
Sitting inside the Ferguson Fire Department Station 1, a place Michael Hackett called home for the past 32 years.
I was glad to spend my entire career here. The bummer of being forced out is I watched a lot of these guys grow up.
Following in his father's footsteps, Hackett's goal was to serve his community for 35 years. But on February 19th, Hackett had to hang up his uniform for good.
In a million years, I would have never guessed this is what was going to take me down.
About 7 years ago, Hackett learned his kidneys weren't functioning like they should. Despite the lifestyle and diet changes, he is now in stage 4 renal failure, meaning he needs a new kidney desperately.
It was a bad day. You know, a lot of things go through your head. It was a tough day.
To make it even tougher, Hackett has type B blood, which isn't the most common.
The problem I had is I don't ask for help. I just don't. I don't know a fireman on the planet that does.
That's where Laura Bockhorst comes in. Knowing Hackett personally, she stepped in to help and started sharing his story.
I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in things happen for a reason.
A woman from Pennsylvania reached out to Bockhorst on Facebook about her husband's need for a kidney. She shared how they have someone ready to donate that matches Hackett's blood type. Now they're hoping to find someone with type O blood to match her husband's. If they found that, they could do what's called a pair exchange.
And we could save 2 lives instead of 1, which is amazing. And I believe that God has his hand in this, and we will get that done.
Getting it done for a man who has spent over half of his lifetime risking his life for others, but now he needs his own hero.
I know it's a big ask, but I'd appreciate it.
In Ferguson, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
And to find out how you can help him, go to the As Seen on TV section at KSK.com. And there we have the number to call and the steps you'll go through if you are interested in becoming an organ donor.
It's Wing Week in St. Louis, where you can try some of the best wings in town for just a few bucks. Well, tomorrow kicks off Wing Week in St. Louis. All week at participating locations, you can get a basket of wings for just $7. So we're offering this deal, including Animal Draft House, Slim Chickens, Hogtown Smokehouse, and more. There's a Passport app you can download to locate the restaurants and share your experience. This runs from March 27th through April 2nd.
This week, fans of NBC's The Voice can cheer on a local musician. St. Louis native Neil Salsic got all 4 judges to turn their chairs during blind auditions a few weeks ago. This week kicks off the first week of battles, and Salsic is on Team Blake. You can tune in right here on 5 on Your Side, Monday at 7 p.m. and Tuesday at 8 p.m. Good luck.
And there you have it, 5 on Your Side at 10.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. And now here's Corey Miller with Sports Plus.